Hi friends, welcome to Non-Functional Club. As a part of our JWT assignment series, today we'll be solving the JWT refresh token assignment, which is on the page 10 of WebGoat JWT tokens. So let's begin. So we have already seen the JWT cracking assignment in the Hashcat video. I've added it in the playlist also. Let's move to the next page. So here we are talking about refreshing a token. So ideally, what is kind of an intro around what is refreshing a token? So we have already seen that we use JWT token to create the login and to prepare an authentication during the user is into an application. But what happens, like if you just read through this, whenever an access token is created, it needs to be refreshed. Like every access token will have a limited amount of time. It will have a lifespan after which it will expire. But if the user is continuously using the application, so definitely there should be some token which will be refreshing this particular token so as to have the continuity of the user which is logged into the system. So in that case, your refresh token will come into picture. So we are going to see around what and how we can solve the assignment which is based around this one. If you want to actually have an idea about the refresh tokens, or if you want to read in details, you can definitely go through this. Also, we have few more links which guides through how we can stop using the JWT for sessions, or how we can make it more useful if we are actually using the JWT sessions. So let's start with this particular assignment. Here there are two ways of solving this. Firstly, what we can do is we can use this particular log file. If I click on this, here you can see a token which is generated. We will just open this particular token in jwt.io and just paste it here. And we can see the token, the user is Tom. So obviously we are concerned about, or we need to use the token of Tom, as we have to check out using a user that is Tom. So we have to let Tom pay for this particular price which is present here. So let's do one thing. We will just manipulate this particular token, and this has been received from the JWT refresh checkout. So the API which is called out here is get API from the checkout or refresh token checkout. So this is the refreshed token which was received for the user, that is Tom, and that was not correctly handled, and it easily used for manipulation. So let's see how we can exploit this particular token. Here if we see, the algorithm used is this one, HS512. We have to just set this to none, and we can again, as this token was we have just used this from the log file. This log file is from May 13, 2018, and obviously this particular token is expired, so we just have to make some changes with respect to the expiry of the token. So I'll just, we can use epoch converter site to make that change. Currently if you see, day 21 is highlighted or marked here. I'll just say day 22, that is tomorrow's date, and we'll just create the timestamp of that particular time, and again we'll navigate here and we'll paste it. So our second part of the token is ready. The first part, what we have to do, obviously, let's see what happens if we click on checkout of this particular page. So here there is checkout option. So first let's see what request we get when we click on checkout. So here I'll just turn on the intercept. I'll navigate here and click on checkout. I'll just forward this, and we have the checkout request. If I use the same request and send it to repeater, so in repeater, if we just click on send, we will see not a valid JWT token, please try again later. So we have to use a valid JWT token. So obviously we can use this particular request, and here the authorization is set to null. So it is clearly showing that this particular token is not valid. So just let's manipulate the token which we have just received here, or we have created using the jwt.io. Here the expiry is now set to October 22, and the algorithm is set to this. So ideally this two part is sorted. We have to just create a token or create a algorithm which is none, and we have to just set this particular value. So we'll go to burp suite again. We will go to the decoder, and here I'll just paste this token, and we can see the current algorithm is HS512. Let's set it to none. Once we have set this to none, I'll again decode it as base 64. Sorry, we'll encode it as base 64. So here itself, let's click on encode base 64, and we can use this particular token. Stop, start. Let's copy this token. We'll paste it here. So this is our first part of the token. I'll delete the equal to sign. I'll add the full stop which is required. Again, we will pick this particular token which we have manipulated for the expiry. And let me just add it here. And our token is ready using the logs which we received using the webgoat. Now let's see if this can be actually used. So I'll go to repeater, and in place of null, let me just add this particular token, and we'll send this. Now if you see, we have received a proper response, that is congratulations, you have successfully completed the assignment. Also, if you go here, and again we will turn on the intercept, so and we'll click on, so this particular intercept is on. I'll just add this value which we have received, and we'll click on forward. So once we click on forward, you can see we have received the message, that is congratulations, the assignment is successful. So this is the first way in which we can solve this particular assignment. Let's look into the second way how we can do it. So as there is another way of doing it, let's do one thing. We'll just clear this or reset this lesson, and again we'll navigate to the assignment which we have. Now, whenever we are refreshing this particular page, lessons page, like first of all, we are aware that we just need to have the token which is present, that is of Tom, and to receive that we should have a certain way. So this particular page or this particular assignment is designed in a way that we are able to fetch the token of a user where we have a refresh login API which is getting called. So if I refresh this page, so what I'll do, I'll just burp the or turn on the intercept, and we'll just click on forward, and here I'll refresh this particular page. So let's refresh, and when we refresh, let's go through what all APIs are getting called. So you'll be able to see an API that is refresh, or that is saying that is login. So this is your API, that is refresh login, and you can see the user here is Jerry. So ideally this particular assignment is designed in a way that we should be getting this request. So what we'll do, we will just use this particular request, and I'll send this to in the repeater. Now if we just click on send or execute this particular API, we'll be getting a access token. Obviously this access token will be having the details or will be present for user Jerry, right? So let's copy this, and again let's paste it in jwt.io. Now if you see, this particular token is having the user Jerry, and the algorithm set here is this one. So how we can actually manipulate this particular user? Let's see how we can do that. So let's do one thing. We'll just do some manipulations. That is, first of all, what we will do, we will use this particular token directly in the checkout API. So if we just copy this and use it in the checkout API which we have, yeah, this one. So let's just use this directly and see what is the response we are getting. So we are clearly able to see user is not Tom but Jerry. Please try again. So ideally the API, that is checkout API, is able to resemble or able to identify that this particular token is of Jerry. It is not of Tom. So we can easily manipulate this token using decoder. We'll do the same thing which we just did for the token which we received from the log files. So I'll again go to burp decoder, and here let's manipulate this token. So to manipulate, first of all, I'll copy it here and we'll do it one by one. So first I'll use this particular token which talks about the algorithm. So let me just copy this and we'll set this to none. And again we will encode this to base 64 and we'll copy this. So I'll just save it in notepad. Yeah, last time also we have done. I'll just copy this here. I'll remove the equal to and click on dot. So you can see it is resembling the a token which we received from the log file. Now next part which we have to again encode and decode and then encode is this one. So I'll go to the decoder. I'll copy this here, and here obviously we can just give our double quotes and then the curly braces. And here we need to use the user Tom. So we'll make the changes as per this, or we'll have it again encoded using base 64. And let's copy this token here, then give a dot. Now let's try to use this particular token which we have manipulated in the repeater section or in the repeater, and let's see what we are getting when we perform the checkout using this token. So you can see clearly that we are able to again manipulate it and we have received the response which we are expecting. So these are the two ways of doing or performing the action, that is your uh, related to the refresh assignment which we have, the JWT refresh token assignment. So if I just intercept, if I just remove the intercept, if I navigate here, you can see it is turned green. That means we are able to successfully decode it. If I still, if you need demo around this, we can just click on checkout. Once we click on checkout, we need to go for the checkout API. Here we can paste the token which we had received previously. If I click on forward, here we will be able to see that we have received the responses. Congratulations, we are able to successfully complete the assignment. So this is the way of solving refreshing a token assignment. Stay tuned for the further JWT token assignments. So this is about the JWT refresh token assignment. Stay tuned for the next session on JWT assignments. Don't forget to subscribe Non-Functional Club channel. Hope this session was useful. Thank you.